boobs.
Gallivant.
I love Gallivant.
I just finished the first season.
Oh, the second season's my favorite.
I love Garrett.
That is one of my favorite
he's
shows.
such a good. He's such a good.
Yeah.
Hi, Stream.
Hi,
Hi,
Stream.
Stream. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Stream. Have you seen Gallivant lately?
Oh, it's
You
good.
should.
It's good. My favorite thing in the whole show is one of the early episodes, but in the joust when they're both just wasted, so like they just walk slowly towards each other. The funniest shit I've seen in a long time. All right.
I told you it would be up your alley.
You were right. You were
It makes
absolutely
people who
right.
don't like musicals like musical.
Mm-hmm. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Good. Don't answer. You would be able to.
I've already
anyway.
told you, Squee.
Fine. God
Cooper,
damn.
believe in you, Tad Cooper.
So, would someone like to give us a recap?
No.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Well, go get him, Tiger.
Okay, so like, she was like, "Hey, you want cards?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, man, I like cards." And then we rolled dice instead. And then like from that point, whoever won was like, "I gotta ask some questions here. I don't know what the heck's going on." And everyone knew a little bit more about each other. And then a few people got cheeky. A shoe jumped out a window when it got a little bit too much. And then
This
I think
happened.
the demon took out a sexy deck.
Yes.
And then everyone...
Wince is like, now who's for strip poker?
And then Arthur got really confused.
Yes.
I learned something today.
Last week was a short session. One of our players, Piff, lost power, so we decided instead to end the session and then play Cards Against Humanity as our characters, which was interesting and fun. But yeah, so not a whole lot happened last session. It was also a flashback scene anyway. So we are going to start this session.
Do we get inspiration?
Oh, absolutely, you do. You take that
Great.
inspiration and you use it.
I already have mine. Who wants mine?
Oh. Who
wants
does
mine?
not have inspiration?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
The small man in the back row. You have it.
Thanks. Thanks, Guy. Appreciate
It's all for you.
it. Thanks.
Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
We're not going to enter this loop again, please. Please.
You know what? I can't
Say it
fight
again.
it. Burn, it's up to you. I can't fight it, buddy.
Christ.
I want to join in so bad. All right.
Mute myself whenever I have the urge, so no one can hear but me.
We are going to start right where session before last left off. You guys had a very serious conversation with your employee, Winston. And as the conversation was ending, there was a giant explosion that rocked the inn outside in the street. And we ended right there. So we're going to pick up right there. The explosion happens in an instant. I'd like everyone, or some people with advantage if others want to aid, roll me an Arcana check.
Sure, do you want aid?
Sure.
Take it.
All
Please,
right.
for the love of God.
I'll take a shot in the dark. Actually, no, fuck it. Anybody want aid?
Oh my God.
I'll aid somebody. You can have
I
my
think you're
aid,
just
Kaitana.
rolling. Okay.
That's fine. She doesn't need it. Glass and Kaitana.
Ah, fuck it.
I mean, at that point, should I just take his aid? Oh, no, you took it. Never mind.
That sounded and kind of looked from the short time you had like a fireball.
Oh, fuck, an actual fireball?
Oh.
Like the fireball spell.
Oh, good.
It is out in the street, close to where you are, but not your building in particular. It's about maybe 50 feet away or less. Actually, more like 20 feet away. And right now, as I'm throwing the ball into your court, There's black smoke everywhere, and there are screams of surprise and a few of pain. What do you guys want to do?
Kai will
Run outside.
run out that door. Yeah.
Yeah. Ty will pull up her bandana over her nose and mouth and run out the door.
Okay.
Going out the door, Squee.
I think we're all ready.
We jump
It is-
into trouble.
It's actually kind of amusing as there is a blockade and as everyone goes for the same door and then everyone
We
just
got
goes.
windows we could jump
Um,
through.
I definitely went out the window.
So Arthur isn't going to do that. He is going to open up the door to the basement really quick. Would he be able to see Maggie from there?
Yeah, Maggie would be in the basement.
All right. I'm specifically asking for line of sight.
Sure, yeah.
He will think to her telepathically, stay here, there was an explosion. Then he's going to close the door and head outside.
Gotcha. As you guys walk outside, you see several shattered windows from the explosion. Charred bodies and anguished squeamish? Sorry. Anguished screams fly through the air. A thick cloud of acrid smoke billows outward from the blast, which seems to have occurred right outside your door.
Can we?
Also, Arthur, you actually would also have known that was a fireball. You hit the AC.
Well, you probably smelled it or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how to.
Does it look like there's a source?
Not immediately. You see the after effects. You'd have to investigate or look or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you just walked outside. You see the devastation.
Okay, yeah, that would be Kai's immediately instinct is to look around to see if she can spot anything.
All right, roll me a perception check.
I wish to look for people injured.
Okay, you also roll me a
Same.
perception check. Criana or Kaitana, you look around, you don't see any immediate source. You know enough about the spell that it could be cast from up to 120 feet away, so it could have come from anywhere.
Yeah.
She's gonna keep an eye out while Orit runs to see if
Mhm.
it happens again.
Absolutely. Or roll me a perception check.
Okay. I trip over a dead body.
Do it with advantage because Dalma's helping.
Oof, oof, oof.
Okay. 6.
Oh my god.
You
still tripped
You
over a
trip
body.
over. Yeah.
over 2 bodies!
No, I'm gonna use my inspiration because I want to see if I roll another 6.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love you, Glass. Thank you.
Please, Glass.
Well,
Okay, then.
Aw.
That would have been
that's fine.
amazing.
That's fine. Give me a second here.
well, he has advantage, so he would be able to re-roll it twice, right?
Yes, exactly. You get to roll it one more time.
Oh boy!
God.
Cool.
All right. So here's what you notice immediately. People are starting to come outside because of the blast being attracted by the sound. You notice that you do a quick count. You see 11 bodies that are not moving. You're getting help from the others, so you start quickly going through the bodies, right? Checking to see if they're alive. You see one elderly female human who looked like she was walking down the road, but it's not someone you recognize, hard to tell. 2 human males, they both wore cloaks. They're almost burnt off now, but they were clad in leather armor and have sheathed long swords. 2 female humans and 1 male half-elf dressed in plain clothes. A human male gnome. I was literally about to say a human male gnome. A male gnome wearing a burned cloak and clutching a dagger.
No.
And 2 female halflings who looked like they were playing a flute and a fiddle. And 2 male halflings that were dancing. All of them dead.
Just all of them dead?
Yeah. Basically anyone who was caught in the explosion did not survive it. There's a few people that were on the outskirts that have minor burns, but it's one of those things with the fireball, especially with normal people. Either you got hit by it or you didn't.
I was making sure that the explosion didn't like send anyone flying anywhere.
No,
And
actually,
they hit anything.
fireballs do not really have kinetic force. They are just flame and heat.
It.
So
Ew.
people don't really get sent flying.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. Despite what the picture says. Because
Let's-
otherwise you'd be knocked prone every time you got hit by a fireball.
Yeah, it's less
a wizard's
dynamite, more
dream.
napalm.
Mm-hmm.
Did I try detecting magic to see if it's magic fire?
Oh my god.
Well, the fire's gone. All you see is the destruction.
Oh.
Do you want to search any of the bodies, or do you want a? I can repeat anything I just said. What do you guys want to do?
Ty would honestly probably be staring at the dead bodies in shock and is having a moment remembering the destruction of her town.
Gotcha. I also do want to note, like I said before, there are several people around who might have seen what happened but haven't been caught in the blast.
Would it be like a perception or an insight to see like who all saw, if anyone saw anything?
It'd be more like just asking. You know what I mean? You just have to start asking around. Because there's no way to really, unless someone's like staring, like in the state of shock or something, there's no way to know who was looking at what without just asking people.
Okay. Yeah, then Dolma would start asking around.
Okay. Or you're searching, or not maybe searching the bodies, but looking for survivors, right?
I was, just in case.
Right. No, absolutely. Do you search any of them, or are you just checking like for life signs and such?
Was checking for life signs and such, and if they're all dead, then, well,
Gotcha.
can't do anything about that.
Gotcha.
So, not going to initially check them. That seems really rude.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Plus, there's a bunch of people watching. You'd have to slide a hand if you wanted to search them.
Yeah, guards tend to frown on these kinds of things.
Squee, how dead are they?
Dead. Why?
I just want to know if it's like 0 hit points, if it's
Oh,
like
no.
less than a minute. No,
Nope.
if they're just
Dead.
dead.
Just dead.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
insta-death. Okay.
Insta-death.
Just checking.
Insta-death. Most people aren't heroes or NPCs.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. The average villager or townsperson is less health than a level 1 fighter or a level 1 character, which means maybe 5 hit points, and a fireball does an average of, 23?
So, asking for a friend.
Yeah,
No need to get up on me.
So, Ashu, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's a whole bunch of dead bodies in an explosion. I guess if everyone else is stunned and looking around, I guess Ashu would survey the crowd and see if there's any notable people.
All right. Yeah. So you look around. You see Fala Lefebvre. You haven't actually met her per se, but you do know she's the owner of Corellian's Crown, which is fairly close by. You see, let's see, someone who looks more like a noble than a common person. Their clothes are very rich and a bit lavish. You see a 12-year-old boy who is looking devastated at one of the dead halflings. That's about it.
What kind of boy was that? 12-year-old what boy?
Just 12-year-old human boy.
Human boy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? She'd probably go to the boy.
Okay. The boy is staring, but when you approach, he looks up and looks at you and starts to shrink away. Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here to help.
Mom said not to trust like you, the demons.
That is... Your mother's very smart. Now, please, go to any guards. Please tell them what you saw. And,
I didn't see much. Right after the explosion, I ducked behind this barrel, and I heard a plop sound in the barrel in the water. I just found this. That's all I found, I swear. And the little boy holds up a necklace with some beads on it.
Oh.
2 beads. And a broken clasp.
she gives it as warm a smile as possible. Please. The guards would be the ones that would... The guards will get you to your parents as soon as possible.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Okay. Normal.
Okay.
Hey.
That is a necklace of fireballs. Generally, the necklace will have 2 to 3 beads on it. You can rip a bead off and throw it to cast a fireball. He nods to you and starts to run off with the necklace looking for a guard. All right. Dolma, you begin asking around, and you kind of notice the same people that Ashu did. There's Fala, who's the owner of the store nearby. It's an apothecary store.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that noble. Everyone else seems to either not be that interested or didn't see what was going on. But those 2 do look of note.
Interesting.
More like
Bullshit.
not that interested in talking to Dolma, more interested in like getting away or
Okay,
just,
that's the
yeah,
smart move.
yeah.
That sounds more reasonable. I thought they were like, charred bodies. And I'm my
Whatever.
morning
This
dog.
is just, you know what I
I
call
know what
this?
customer that is.
I call this Tuesday.
Okay. So Dolma does not see the necklace. Worry about the necklace. It's fine. Yep. So she will. Are they like standing next to each other, or they're just kind of?
No, they're kind of far apart.
Crowd?
But they gather. They catch your eye. You know what I mean?
Does she recognize the noble at all?
No, you do not.
Not at all. Okay. Does he have any like crest on him or anything? He just looks fancy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a crest on him. He just has very fancy clothes.
Okay. She will go over. Oh, actually, she'll go over to the apothecary lady. What was her name? Could you like spell that out
Fala.
for me?
Yeah. I'll
Fala.
paste it for you. Yeah,
Okay.
Fala Lafair.
Fala Lafair.
It's got an L in the weird place.
La.
Failure. She's a failure.
Yeah.
As you approach, she looks at you. Oh, you're one of the new in the inn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I am. What happened? Did you see anything?
Little. I was watering plants in the greenhouse on the 2nd floor of my shop when the blast blew out some of the windows. Luckily, I wasn't injured. But, through the smoke, I saw a cloaked man take something from the body of a dead gnome. That one. And she points to the dead gnome on the ground, the one that is wearing that burnt cloak and clutching a dagger.
Mm.
Then they started to limp away. I think they were badly burned. But they were casting glances over their shoulder like they were afraid that someone might be following them. He headed towards the Bent Nail, and she points over that direction, which is another, lesser-known inn.
Mm-hmm. Could you describe him?
I'm sorry. Through the smoke, it was all figures and cloth, and not really. But like I said, I think he was badly burned. He was limp and something fierce.
She nods and kind of glances over at the noble, and trying to be subtle, she'll kind of nod over at him. Do you know who that is?
Oh, by the way, it's a she.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. That may have been my fault. I may have said he. I don't remember, but it's a she.
The noble individual.
Mm-hmm. No. A noble of some kind. Rare to see them in these parts. Unless they're looking for, services that they don't want people to be knowing.
So she will take a quick moment to message to Ashu, who at this point would probably be the closest to where the individual disappeared to.
Mm-hmm.
She'll message back that someone stole something from the gnome with the dagger and took off down that alleyway and was heading towards the Bent Nail.
She will message back, I would, but I need to follow a child to make sure that he gets home safely, and that he has some deadly magic in his hands that he does not know about. And I'm sure that the guards would be better kept than a child.
Well, then why don't... Wait, no. Oh, shit. Maybe have Ty try and get it? Just, trying to think of everyone, who would be the most harmless, but less... maybe Arthur.
I'll tell Arthur what is needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go over to Arthur and quickly go over to Arthur and tell him about the child and what he's holding.
Oh. You want me to go and get it?
To be perfectly frank, that's more of an item that used this chaos. I don't think we want it in our hands.
Yeah. I agree.
What I would like is to make sure that it's not in the child's hands anymore.
Ah. Yeah. So I'll go and make sure that the guards get that.
Yes, please.
Okay. And he's gonna take off.
Gotcha. You start following the child. He's not hard to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And while you do that, let's go back to Ty. What are you doing?
Ty initially would just kind of be standing, not in the doorway, so she's not blocking the people in the inn, but off to the side, just kind of staring at the bodies before kind of just going over to the group of halflings and just kind of kneeling down beside them.
Mm-hmm. It's very clear to see that two of them were playing instruments and two of them were wearing brightly colored clothes, and you would have noticed them on the time you spent here. They were street performers. They made okay money. They'd sometimes play here, sometimes play somewhere else, but you didn't know their names or anything, but you'd seen them enough.
Would there be any way to identify them, or is it at this point everything's gone?
No, I mean you it's easy enough to identify them as much as you know them.
Yeah, further than that, so it'd be kind of
right.
I'm gonna find your next of kin, but no, that's not gonna be a thing.
Yeah, people don't generally carry ID cards in this world.
Yeah, no.
Dang it. Ardenfell, get on that.
Yeah.
What? did that? Nope, that's a discussion for out of session. I'll shut up the history major in my head. She is gonna stand up and go over to Doma with some fury in her eyes and just kind of say, like, we need to find who did this.
She nods and puts a very gentle hand on Ty's shoulder. You okay?
This... I don't know what their plan was, but their plan should never be this. No one should just have their entire place destroyed.
She nods and puts the hand to Ty's cheek. We'll get it. It's fine.
Good.
Right. Kai, what are you doing?
Wait, you said Kai, right?
Yeah, Kai.
Okay, that makes sense. She would probably look around for a bit and then take a look at Orit, kind of watch him as he's going around the crowd of trying to see if anyone made it. And then she'd wander over to him.
He is probably now more inspecting the gnome. Squee, does he know generally what rock gnomes look like?
Yeah, more or less.
And the body, could he kind of identify what type of gnome this person was?
Roll me an investigation check. With advantage if Kai's gonna help you.
Yeah, if you explain that to her, Kai would be helpful. Or try to be at least.
Kind of would be helpful.
Kai can be helpful.
She tries.
Oh, nicely done. Yes, not only can you tell that this is a rock gnome, you also learn a few other things from your quick investigation of this corpse and the scene. It looks as if this gnome was running from armed pursuers. You're not sure how many, but it did look from the way he was gripping the dagger and the form that they fell in that they were running. It is also fairly clear that neither this gnome nor any of the people around saw this blast coming. No one expected it, right? There's no hands held in to shield yourself. You know what I mean? There's no one running from the spot of origin. It just looks like this caught everyone by surprise.
Looks like he just immediately fell over dead.
Mm-hmm. And most importantly, with your investigation check, it looked like he was running towards the sleepy dragon.
Yeah, that's what I figured. He will look up to Kai and say in Undercommon, looks like our informant is... looks like our informant is dead.
Kai stares for a minute and then goes, oh. Well, that's not...
He's making sure to say it in Undercommon and kind of quietly.
Yeah, she would be repeating this in Undercommon as well. Well, shit. Oh, sorry, Arthur, I took your line.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
Shit, yeah, like, not sure what... Well, does he have anything on him?
I can't tell anything besides a dagger. In order to look further, need to be way less eyes.
Yeah, you can try and search him. You'd need to do a sleight of hand check to do it without being seen. I mean, you can search him if I can,
Yeah,
all
but
day if
people
you
might.
want. Exactly. If you want to do it discreetly, you'd need to do a sleight of hand check.
It seems weird for someone who is not a part of, like, an official guard to immediately be the ones to investigate the bodies.
But so what I'm saying is that there's enough just attention around, but also enough distractions around that with a successful sleight of hand, you could search him without anyone really knowing what you're doing. Because right now it still looks like you're seeing who's alive and who you can help.
Kai,
Still a high risk.
Oh, absolutely.
Kai would look down. I can buy you some time for a few seconds if you want to quick give a glance around.
Just don't do anything that could piss off a guard.
I mean,
they'll assuredly be coming.
Yeah, but they're not here. Are they here yet?
You know they're coming. You don't see any at the moment. You do, however, see a griffin circling way up above, unable to land because of all the smoke.
Okay, that's
a
fine.
random griffin?
Well, no, the city has griffin riders.
What?
It's one of the. Yeah. Okay. You guys may not remember, but one of the factions at the very start that was mentioned in this town but haven't approached you was a group of griffin riders.
Gosh, I don't remember.
I don't remember this at all.
I will remember this.
I remember.
It was a long time ago, and it was merely mentioned. Quite honestly, it was a faction I chose not to present you guys with because you had enough on your plate.
It sounds familiar, though. I feel like I made a Potter joke at some point, but there could be a number of things. Especially with my memory.
I find it funny that one of the factions that we weren't presented with is something that Kenzie specifically would love. Absolutely.
Hey, I got Rogue Drow guy. That is the next best thing.
Yeah, fair.
So Kai would count down to our rate 3, 2, 1, and then 30 feet down the road, she's gonna make a sound that sounds like an explosion.
Oh my god.
Oh,
oh Jesus.
Thanks, God.
Sweet Christ.
The shoe goes to investigate.
First things first, you, and I should be very careful to let you know this, you will need to roll a sleight of hand check because it's very clear when someone's casting a spell. Are you able to do this discreetly or not? If someone starts speaking arcane words and makes a gesture, and then there's the sound of an explosion 30 feet away, and someone saw
I don't know, is there like a corner can she hide behind like a few boxes? I don't know.
Sure, probably.
There is that sorcery thing.
Right,
you
but
have
she's
that?
a warlock. No, she's a warlock. What spell are you using exactly?
Okay.
I was gonna use just minor illusion.
So let me take a look and see what minor illusion needs, because if it's just somatic, right, that's going to be easier to hide. Minor illusion is somatic and material, so it's quiet. Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand, not a hard one, but roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Where is my character sheet? There it is, right there. Shit. Ooh. See,
do you have inspiration?
I do.
You want to use mine?
But I do. I can use my inspiration.
You want to use mine, though.
Let me just use my inspiration.
She's already assuming you're going to need two. She's already assuming you're going to need two.
I can't tell you how to use your inspiration, but I can tell you how to use mine.
You will take my inspiration and you will like it.
No one seems to see what you do. There's a sound of a large explosion 30 feet away, and everyone turns and gasps. Orit, I am going to let you go ahead and search this guy. As there's no one.
Normal?
Yeah, at normal. As there's no one who didn't turn, and I would say even Dolma, Ashu, and Arthur probably would have
starts
turned.
moving in that direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Arthur would have heard the explosion, picked the kid up, and said that he was going to try and make sure he gets to the guards, try and keep him safe, and just bolt it to the guard, to any guard.
So first things first, Arthur, roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Please, 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 please.
Oh,
Inspiration.
Okay.
Please, please, please.
You can use my inspiration.
Should I use?
I don't have.
I'll use a shoe's inspiration. I'm using a shoe. Come on. right, does that work?
So instead of the kid kicking and screaming, they seem very terrified, and they allow you to pick them up, and you start making your way. You actually see guards coming down the street some ways away, and you kind of make your way towards them.
Yes.
All right, roll me an investigation check.
Oh, I rolled sleight of hand.
No, you don't need sleight of hand. So what would you add to that? What was your investigation plus?
I'm sorry, we talked about sleight of hand so
I know
often.
you don't need sleight of hand anymore because Criana.
Hey, it's Kaitana.
No,
See,
Criana.
It would have been.
Different.
It would have been.
What's your bonus to investigation?
It would have been 2.
Okay, so you would have gotten a 20.
Yeah.
So here's what you would have found. On the dead gnome, you find that he has dry waste on his boots and cloak, suggesting that maybe he spent some time in the sewers recently. And he has a pouch containing 5 100 gold piece gemstones. Like, there's an average. You're kind of guessing, but you look at that and you're like, that's probably about 100 gold per gemstone. One other thing you notice as you're looking things over, one of the dead males, humans that seem to be a pursuer of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he has a black winged snake tattooed on his right forearm.
Can I add something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Immediately afterwards, if there's anyone in range, she would send a message to let them know it was her. I don't know who's in range, because I was under the impression that no one was around, or everyone was kind of further down, but if people are in range...
So, Ty would be in range, Dolma would be in range.
I think a shoe would be
in range. Yeah, Arthur would be the only one that's not in range.
Okay, so she would first start with a shoe, then Dolma, then Tyburn.
Is this a two-way thing?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I thought it was
I don't think-
message.
maybe it is. Hang on.
Yeah, it's message.
Yeah, message is a two-way thing.
Hang on. Yeah, you're right. Let's see here.
We've had this conversation several times. It is a
We've had
two-way
it several
thing.
times more. Yeah, that's right. And they can only hear you, and they can reply in a whisper.
Yep.
Kai would simply say, that explosion was me. Come over here.
Oh my
Ty
God.
doesn't need to whisper back. She's glaring at you. Because initially she heard that explosion and she harms it just like clung to Dolma in fear.
Oh.
A shoe would try her hardest to not react to that. Let's take a good bluff check for that. You would see her like neck tense up for like a second.
The veins pop.
You also see people starting to scurry away because now there's multiple. This isn't an explosion. This is an attack, and people are starting to move away. Dolma,
No, hey, good.
Mhm.
as
Oh,
you were
good.
talking to, pardon me, as you were talking to Fala,
La failure.
yeah, Le Ferrier. You see, and everyone starts to run away. That noble woman starts running away as well.
Fling Ty to the ground.
She can't just... No! How close is she?
About 30 feet.
Does it look like she was caught at all in the blast, like even a little bit scorched?
No, not even a little.
Okay, Oh, okay. So Dolma is going to, like, pat Ty's arm, just like, I'll be right back, and, like, take off after the noble woman. And she kind of shouts after her, "Ma'am, wait!" Just like, looking very concerned.
All right, she turns her head and looks at you, looking very confused.
She will run over to her, kind of like give her a once-over, look a little bit confused.
Oh, no, she's still running. You're going to have to convince her to stop. She just turned her head to look your direction.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
Football tackle her to the ground.
Like my thinking is like if she thinks something's under attack, she'll look at who yelled at her, but she's not going to stop and have a chat without some sort of convincing.
Doing the Terminator run at her.
She's running like Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible movie.
Jesus Christ. Just full sprint. No. Essentially,
Ever see a noble run?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is she's gonna try and be like, oh, I thought you were injured. I wanted to like make sure you're okay. I have magic. I can heal you. That kind of thing. But I don't. Oh God. Y'all making fun of me. Shit. Yeah, she's just gonna try and run after her. Just. Kind of, hang on, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So what she's going to do is minor illusion, a trail of blood following her. And just be like, your heart!
Oh, wow. Okay. Given the confusion, I'm not going to make you roll sleight of hand, but I would like you to roll me a persuasion.
Can I persuade you to let me... Well, no, I can just do a persuasion. I was going to say, can I do a performance instead? It's the same thing.
No, because you're trying to convince her to stop.
Madame, wait!
Fiddles.
Madame, wait.
Motherfucking
pulls out the violin. She just pulls out the violin, plays one note, everyone just stops.
That's a bagpipe.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, the bagpipe would cause them to run even faster.
She would slow down, look at the blood on the ground, and shriek, and start like making this shuffling backwards while looking over her body to try and find the wound, but much easier to get up to now.
Yeah, she runs over and like tries to do the same thing, like trying to check over her, make sure she's okay. Looks confused when there's no blood coming from her. I thought... I'm sorry, I thought you were hurt. Are you okay?
She will grab your hand and start pulling you towards an alleyway. Please, we have to go. There could be more.
What? It's fine. I can...
It's not safe. Come! And she'll start dragging you towards an alley.
Okay, she goes to the alley.
Yeah, she looks very concerned.
Mm-hmm.
You guys would get to the alleyway, and she would put her back against the wall. Oh, I don't know what's happening.
Are you okay?
I don't know. And she starts checking herself over again. I didn't think I was caught. I felt the heat, but I didn't think it was bad. And she starts like lifting up her skirts and everything.
Yep. Dolma kind of like gives her a once over, just like it might have been from someone else. You look fine. It's fine, okay?
She puts her hand on her chest and just like she puts her hand on her chest and just leans back against the wall. I tell you, yeah, I think so. I tell you, it wasn't a man. It's more like a puppet, shaped like a man. A puppet without strings. I know that sounds crazy, but it was on the rooftop. It hurled something into the crowd.
Like a wooden puppet?
Maybe? Yeah, definitely. It wasn't a man.
Oh, wait, what does it look like?
Like a puppet.
Like, just a plain, featureless wooden puppet.
She takes a couple of breaths, and she goes, well, I mean, not featureless. I couldn't see it too closely. But, like, tall and skinny and maybe brass-colored? or brown or shiny. It was shiny, maybe. But it hurled something into the crowd. It caused the explosion. I saw it. I saw those halflings burned alive. Oh, I saw them.
She takes both of her hands in hers and kind of clutches them together. It's okay. It's okay. Breathe. You're all right. They'll find who did that. I'm sorry. My name's Dolma. What is your name?
I'm Jezerine. Jezerine Hornraven. I'm not from this place. I'm not from here. I was... As she kind of looks at you. I was hiring a private investigator. I thought perhaps my husband was... Well, it's not important now. Oh, those poor halflings.
Do you have someplace safe to stay?
Well, on the other side of town, yes. I do.
Okay. She kind of looks around, kind of concerned, trying to, craning her neck to see if she sees anything else, hears anything else. For right now, that might be risky to go to. We don't know where they're going to attack next. There's a tavern, an inn, that's fairly close by. The Sleepy Dragon, it's very safe there. Why don't you stay there for a little bit until things blow over, okay?
Are you sure? Do you think so?
Yes, absolutely. There's wonderful people that worked there. They can protect you just fine. And just let them know that I sent you, okay?
She'll grab your hand. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I don't know many people that would risk their lives just to see if I was okay. Thank you. If you ever need something, Estate Hornraven, you can find me there. But I'll go to the inn for now. Oh, and she takes a look out the alleyway, and as she takes a look, she goes, "Oh my!" And you see several guards approaching. Cut to Arthur.
Woo! Yeah.
Arthur, you see guards already approaching. What do? Did you make your way to them?
Yes.
Okay. You make your way to them, and one of them stops your hand before you get too close. Stay there, citizen. Everyone's going to stay here until we figure out what happened. Is that child yours?
No. He was found... Why are you laughing?
No, I can't.
You're just gonna leave it at that. Just no.
And then just starts walking away.
Nobody's mine now.
Try following me while we're having a giant emergency.
Arthur makes eye contact and says, "Finders keepers."
Jeez. He's gonna say no, but he was found near the destruction. He found a thing, and I was told to bring him to you along with the thing he found.
So, the lead soldier, who's wearing the rank of a sergeant, will motion the others to continue on, and there are 12 soldiers in all who start kind of quarantining the area, asking people to stay where they are, which would include all of you, of course, as they start kind of closing off the area. The sergeant, though, would bend a knee down. I'm assuming you put the kid down. You're not still carrying.
Oh, yeah. He puts him down.
Hey, son, what did you find? And the kid sniffles and I hid behind a rain barrel and I heard a plop and I found this in it. And the sergeant looks at it and there's a sharp intake of breath, and he will very carefully take it from the kid's hand. He'll say, "I see. Thank you. Stay with me. We'll find your family." And then he'll stand up and he'll look at you and he'll go, You're part of the Grey Hand, aren't you?
That's the Blackstaff, right?
Yeah, the Blackstaff's faction.
He will nod and he'll root around in his pants pockets for the symbol. We have a symbol, right?
Yeah, you do. You have a little token.
Yeah,
Good.
it's covered in dirt. Just to let you know.
It's fine. It's fine. Good. I thought I saw you. Help me. We need to keep everyone here. They're going to want to be questioned.
Okay. And he'll do his best. If anybody tries to sneak down an alleyway,
Arthur will go dragon form and spit at them.
no, he'll just pick them up and put them back down inside.
Got you. It's not. It's a little harder than might have been if there was only one explosion. But the guards do quickly seem to get a quarantine on the place, and it's very quickly determined that that second explosion was either a fake or not real, as there was no effect from it.
Mm-hmm.
So the guards very quickly quarantine everything. Does anyone resist in any way?
No.
Not if I see Arthur helping them.
Yeah, Arthur is totally helping them.
No, Kai would be just talking with Orit.
All right. Give me a second here. So it takes about 10 minutes or so after they quarantine everything off. The guards don't really talk to anyone. They, of course, make sure everyone's all right, who can be. They take a quick glance, but they don't really touch anything. They seem more interested in containing, right?
Mhm.
After about 10 minutes, two curious figures arrive. One in a purple robe with a golden medallion hanging around their neck. They wear glasses, which is a little unusual, and have a big, thick, blonde beard. And walk with a staff. The other one looks almost like a town guard, though they're not wearing a uniform. They do seem to be a bit older, but they walk by their side. Arthur, you were close to the sergeant goes up to them and goes, "Ah, Barnabas, good to see you here. This child was part of the scene," and he describes briefly what the child told him and hands him the necklace of fireballs. Barnabas looks at it. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Thank you, Sergeant. Please make sure no one goes. We'll want to question them. Come along, Seath. And he begins walking to the scene again. This gentleman by the name of Barnabas quickly starts to take charge of the investigation, directing people, while this Sergeant Seath, who, Arthur, you would know, because the sergeant would look to you and go, "That's Barnabas Blastwind, best investigator we have." And that's Sergeant Cromley. Well, was Sergeant Cromley. He's more of a bodyguard now. They'll get this sorted out, don't you worry.
Cool.
Barnabas starts examining the bodies that haven't been touched. In fact, he won't let anyone touch or move them to take him to the temple, as certain people were starting to ask, until he thoroughly examines everything. And he kind of shuffles around here and there. Yes. Examines this, looks at that. Yes. All right. He finally gets up and looks around. Well, I believe first I'd like to talk to the owners of that establishment. And he points at the sleepy dragon. Does anyone know where I could find them?
Hello.
Which ones?
There's a lot of owners.
Arthur is actually legitimately just waving.
Gersten?
Yeah.
Gersten is an employee,
He's an
even though he
employee.
acts like the owner.
Yeah, I feel like he's better than the actual owner, though. I think he'd be more like...
Ooh.
No, hear me out! I feel like he would be better at talking to the
You're
guard.
right, but you don't say it.
I said it as Criana. I don't offend anyone.
Are we technically half owners or part owners?
I think we're
You're part
investors.
owners. You're
like
considered.
investors.
Yes, but in that sense, you are considered part owners. You are investors,
Yeah.
but investors are part owners.
Well
We
then,
have an investment and
I
we
don't
want
think-
things to go good.
Yeah, I don't think there are any investors that aren't part owners. That's kind of the point. He would look around Well then, perhaps you wouldn't mind if we step inside said establishment.
Sure.
Sergeant, take statements from everyone. I'll be more than keen to read them later. And the sergeant does, and they start questioning people. Dalma, did you go with Jezerine?
She would have started leading her over there, but she wouldn't have gone with her. She would have gone far enough to be like, this is where it is.
In the last 10 minutes, she would have had more than enough time to make it to there and inside, as the guards weren't stopping anyone from entering buildings, just from leaving the area. Sergeant Cromley and Barnabas Blastwind would start making their way over towards the Sleepy Dragon. Do all of you follow?
Yay!
If Ori goes, Kai will go.
I assume that we will have to go, so he's going.
Okay, she'll follow.
If we start making a fuss about it, bad times.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys would make your way inside, and Barnabas would say, "You don't mind if I sit, do you? It shouldn't take more than a few minutes."
No, this is a tavern. Sit. That's out of character for what's going on in the moment. I'm sorry.
Well,
Please have a seat. I will grab you some tea.
No, he goes over to a chair. That won't be necessary. I have much work to do. And plops down in the chair. So, did you all see what happened?
No.
We
Not
were
entirely.
inside.
Everyone talks at once. Well, okay. Yeah,
you have like 5 people in a room all answering the same question.
Perhaps only one of us volunteers to talk. I vote Ashu. She's the most eloquent.
As
The
Dolman's
shoe
like
breathes
putting
a sigh
on.
of relief.
Arthur will put a hand on Ashu's shoulder. I believe in you.
Or it gives you a thumbs up.
And with that, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Yep.
All right. So that being the case, he would look at a shoe. How does she respond?
All of us were in this particular room when we heard the explosion, and we all very hurriedly went out to investigate. Some of us through a window.
I see. Interesting. Do you recognize any of the unfortunate victims out there?
I think any of us would have communicated with each other if any of us knew any of them. But I personally have not looked too carefully. I was much more concerned about the well-being of the other people, and also about any other... Well, when you see an explosion, you don't really know what's going to happen next.
Yes, that's true. There was sounds I've heard of another explosion, but no effect. Perhaps some sort of, well, I don't like to jump to conclusions. Orit, Kai, do you wish to share what you know of the gnome?
I'm not saying anything yet because that was a theme between us and Celine.
Yeah, Kai wouldn't say anything. She'd just be staring at the guy kind of blankly.
Well, I can tell you this. The gnome outside is of particular interest, as it looked like he was being pursued by 3 of the others. And he was headed directly for your property. Very odd for a gnome to be running, most likely fearing for their life, straight to you, and you not even know them.
Perhaps he had a reservation.
Well, did he?
I don't know. I'll go check. She legitimately gets up. I don't know. I'll have to look at the ledger.
If you could, bring me the ledger.
Of course.
Thank you.
Kai will go grab where she assumes it would be over in
Or he scratches the bag and said, I thought we were letting the shoe do all the talking.
A shoe you see as Kai gets the ledger, and it's quickly determined that nope, no such reservation. Interesting.
How odd.
Well, come with me, and he'll stand up.
All right.
Where?
We're going to go look at the body, see if any of you recognize them. After all, this fine lady did say that she wasn't looking very hard. Perhaps it's time that we do.
Before we leave, Dolma will check again on, oh god, what was her name? Noble Lady Jezerine.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call her Jezebel, but nope, that's definitely not it.
I keep wanting to call her Glycerine. I don't know the song. Glycerine.
So, in the ledger, were there any particular names on there?
Not really. You guys hadn't opened up for business yet.
Gumphrey.
No, so like you guys remember because the inn hadn't opened yet, so there wouldn't be reservations. Only the tavern had opened.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, in that case, what would have happened is when you got the leather, Winston would have said, point in fact, I can assure you there were no reservations here, as we have not actually opened our rooms for service yet. Not that Kai would know that. She doesn't handle the business aspect of it. And he'll nod to you.
Thanks.
Well, otherwise you would just say maybe he had a reservation and then show him an empty ledger book.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he wanted dinner. Maybe he was worried that he wouldn't get a table, so he wanted to preserve, I don't know, his life.
You guys don't do that.
Gumphrey did it. Don't you lie to me. Gumphrey definitely did it.
Gumphrey asked for it. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. Gumphrey special.
I get back to Gumphrey did it.
Yep. Gumphrey did it. Puppet without strings, hurling things. That sounds like Gumphrey to me. So he starts walking back outside, asking that all of you follow.
Okay.
And you all go over to the body who has been moved now and is actually being put on like a gurney. And he says, take a look, a good look. Anyone that you know or any reason to have known?
Shouldn't we have grabbed Gersten to see? I don't recognize this man.
Gersten would have went with you.
Oh, okay, never mind. Cut that. I was going to be like, that seems suspicious, guard, that you're only choosing us.
No, Gersten would have come with you.
Okay,
And
that's fine.
Of course, he doesn't know anything about any of your talks with Celine, so he has no clue.
She would give an actual, like, once-over, like, maybe I even know, like, maybe tell by, like, his clothes or something what he might have been.
By the way, what did you do, Arit, with the gemstones?
He would have left everything with them.
Got you.
He just wanted to give a quick once-over for, like, suspicious things.
Understood.
Or anything that might be, important.
Or very important.
And
Yeah.
Barnabas would start kind of pacing back and forth. So, a gnome that you've never met before, carrying quite a substantial bounty of gems on him, is running directly towards your establishment when being pursued by 3 other men when, from what I was told, some third party flung some sort of fireball bead into the whole lot of them.
Ashu is generally deep in thought. Well, we just opened up. I doubt that he was trying to buy one of our drinks. They're never that expensive. Do you know what general kind of currency those are used for? It'd be way too much for normal trade.
So they're gemstones. Usually they're used for reward. Many markets, legitimate and otherwise, enjoy trading in gemstones.
She then sits back a bit. We have known to actually be somewhat of, how do we put it, common helpers around the town. Maybe that's why.
Oh.
I'd be surprised at why he would be pursued.
Perhaps.
What do you mean by common helpers?
Well, oh, nope, I'm not supposed to talk. Sorry, Issue.
That's okay. She looks confused. She would then go, we have been around and usually help out when we see that there are trouble. She ruffles around her it wouldn't be like I guess it would just be a satchel, and pulls out the symbol from the
Gray hand.
Gray hand.
Mm-hmm.
And go, well, we've done enough for the Gray Hand to be somewhat of an honorary member of their group.
Ah, I see. So you think perhaps he came just seeking help. Has your reputation grown that much?
Our reputation grown immediately when we were just in front of the palace, only pauses for a bit. Gosh. Couldn't have been more than 2 months ago.
I see. Interesting. Well, I will certainly need to continue my investigation. I would appreciate it if you all wouldn't stray too far. I may have questions in the future. But rest assured now, I appreciate your help in this matter, and we'll get it sorted out.
I assume you mean the borders of this town.
Yes, as long as you are able to be found.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Well, excellent. And he will basically continue questioning other people and going about his business. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, are we allowed back inside the inn? Do we want to go back?
We should go inside the inn. I think we need to go.
A shoe would definitely be pointedly going back into the inn almost immediately afterwards.
Real quick, did we want to tell him that the culprit was probably headed toward the bent nail? Or about
You're the only
shiny
character that knows that.
You're the only one that knows
that. She told a shoe like as soon as she heard that.
God, I spaced that. A shoe would definitely give that particular info. She would give as much info as she has.
Got you. He would nod. I see. I wouldn't exactly call him a corporate unless he's so incompetent that his own men hit him in the same fireball. But still, useful.
Yeah, and you'd probably also mention the necklace, which should be in someone's custody, hopefully.
Yes, the sergeant already passed that along to me. Very interesting indeed. And plopped into a rain barrel, so someone threw the bead. And then the interesting thing is how close it is to the blast. After all, if you're running away, you wouldn't be running towards the blast when you throw it off. I'm wondering if they were up high, maybe on one of the roofs. Cromley, we should look into that.
That would be generally my guess, especially since, well, it wouldn't have been knocked by the fire from what I know of a fireball. It shouldn't have actually kicked up anything. And for someone to actually try to sprint from this scene, most likely somebody have already noticed. Being dropped from somewhere most likely would be up on high. Roof would be the easiest one, but it might be something else.
He nods. Well, in any case, thank you for your efforts. I appreciate it. It's been a most pleasant conversation for our most unpleasant business.
Like a griffin or something. Oh, jeez. No, I would not say that.
And he has nothing else for you guys, unless you have anything for him.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I should probably mention she would tell everything except for Kaitana telling Ashu that she made a second explosion. That'd be
Nope.
the one thing she would
Hold
keep
back.
back.
Kai's getting arrested. No, just
Oh
kidding.
no.
I'll be out in 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, we'll just throw Doma's mom at you.
Yeah.
So with that, does anyone mind if we take a quick 5-minute break after run to the restroom?
By all means.
Sure.
Hold it like a big boy, Squee.
No!
You knew we were starting this.
I will not.
But yeah, good luck getting Dolma's mom to get you out of that. She's at sea currently.
That's okay.
Look,
Kai has her ways.
I'll send in a word to Kip, be like, Kip, yo. Kaitana,
Did a goof.
can you maybe possibly break her out for us?
Hey, bro, your girl's in jail, man.
Looks like you like the wrong type of lady. Listen, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I didn't think everyone was gonna freak out.
Communication!
Listen,
I appreciated it.
the mental
Criana.
image wasn't there. Okay, I didn't think anyone was near enough.
Hmm.
I thought we were all kind of doing our own separate things, so I was like, okay, this is Orit and I's deal.
Ty's having PTSD.
I don't know that! That's not my problem. I would feel bad if I knew that. I'd feel genuinely bad. But I didn't know that.
She needs a blanket.
I'll get her a blanket if I know she had PTSD.
Ty always wants a blanket.
I legitimately thought
PTSD.
that you were just going to have Kaitana start screaming.
No, I'm trying to use some of my spells that I don't really. I feel like I'm not smart enough to be Kai sometimes, so I'm trying to utilize
Aw.
more of my spells to be helpful, and in the end, I just make things worse.
I appreciate it. High five, bestie.
Thanks, bestie. You understand me. I'm just trying to help. I'm misunderstood. Like that one guy from that one movie who was misunderstood. That's me.
You helped me. Look at that. Look at that 20. I rolled that because of you, Criana.
Yeah,
I got that.
I tried.
You did. You did.
I tried. Oh my god, do I try?
So we may have, caused a few more nightmares for some folks.
Well, they know. I mean, the guards at least know it was fake. So I mean, it was enough to do the job.
Look, if it can't be traced back to you, then it's fine.
Listen, I thought maybe the guy had a letter or something for us, because wasn't that one of the things that he done did?
Well, he was supposed to come back to us with information in general.
Weren't we
He
communicating?
probably
Oh, I thought we were communicating with him through letter.
we hadn't communicated with him at all.
He
we were
was
waiting for him to actually come.
Yeah,
to
he
us.
was super deep
Oh.
cover. This is the guy that was infiltrating.
Maybe there's someone else.
You're probably thinking of somebody else, but this is the guy that was infiltrating Xanathar's guild for us to
Okay.
try and find the stone.
Yeah.
And so he
Yeah.
tried to get to us because he had information, and he was killed.
Yeah,
No.
he probably had information about the thing that we wanted, and he's. I don't know why he has the gems. Those might be important, but I didn't feel comfortable enough taking them because that would probably.
Wouldn't look great.
I mean,
wouldn't
that's
look
the smart
great.
move at the moment.
Yeah, no, I didn't think we could get away with that.
Well, I have necromancer
Does
friends.
that mean
if you
Ashu
want.
does know that the gnome?
We all know that we were supposed to be informed
Yeah,
from a rock gnome named Dalakar.
yeah. We know of a gnome, we've never met the gnome.
And this was supposed to be specifically the deep cover gnome spy man that Celine was going to toss our way.
Right, yeah.
That right now, as far as I'm aware, not many people know about this whole gem situation. So that's why I didn't want to tell him.
We're not allowed to talk about that.
No.
What, the gem situation?
It becomes dangerous territory of losing Arthur's soul.
Yes.
Why does the gem...
Because it's related to the contract he signed up. Don't talk about the contract.
Oh, so we can't... Can we not talk about what our mission is?
I think that becomes very gray area and will become very... Yeah. We would have to be very careful with our words.
Man, I would have totally killed Arthur then. I didn't think of that.
See,
this is why Kai's smarter than me. I can't do this.
As far as I can tell, actually just talking about the mission itself is fine.
Yeah.
It just has to have nothing to do with
the contract.
With the contract. If it is like, we have to plan like it this way because of the contract, then it might get gray area. But if we're just talking about, like, this is generally what... If we're talking about the mission itself, it should be fine. As long as it has...
It's just, there's a lot of gray area when we need to be careful with our word choices.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't think that's what I'm worried about, at least at this particular moment.
I mean, yeah, our informant just died, so that's not great. It's not super good as to what the fuck are we gonna do now.
Get another informant. Duh. No.
We are the informants now. We're going deep undercover, boys.
Yeah, I guess we gotta infiltrate and get the fucking info.
I'm sure our characters will discuss this.
Yeah, but like, don't you think they would totally know about us? Because we've kind of been sort of a big deal.
We directly got this mission from Celine herself.
Right. Yeah, but I'm saying we've been helping around the town is what I'm saying, though. Like, we've been kind of marching around being like, hey, we'll help you.
Hey.
Like, I mean, not entirely. No, everyone came to us and we just kind of helped them regardless.
Yeah.
We even said out loud to like most of the guild people, like, we'll help you, but we're not like gunning for a position in your guild. We just will help. And then we did the thing, and then they're like, part of our guild now.
We did in the original Ardenfell. That would be the thing to do.
Some things never die.
So, is everyone back?
Yeah, though I might need to go AFK for like 2 minutes.
Go ahead and do that.
My mom's trying to figure out dinner, and it's harder to do it through text than just going to her room and talking to her.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I mean, they're discussing things anyway, so we're good.
Yeah.
But guys, you know what we have now?
I need a drink anyway.
What drinks? No.
I'll get a drink too.
Change, like...
But you know how to do the jingle thing.
I need to figure that out. Actually, as a player, I should read up on what the restrictions are again.
I was gonna say, have you told? I can't remember if Kai wasn't.
Were you at that breakfast?
No, that was Well, at the breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, technically, Ty went, I'm a changeling, and no one responded.
Okay.
So, in theory, you could say she didn't hear her. Because I think it was, like, she said that at the same time as multiple other things were said, which is peak comedy, so I'm not angry about it. But it has been said once around you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say Kai was probably off in her own world when that happened. Unless it was like...
when that happened, not 24/7?
How dare you? How dare you, Squee? I'm a thespian.
Uh-huh. That means you do it on stage?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah! Okay. Oh shit, I want to get a drink.
Someone at work misheard something and started asking if I had a girlfriend today, and I'm like, I don't know where this conversation's gonna go. There it is.
Do you have a girlfriend? Do you want one?
Yeah, that was the next question.
It was one of the older cashiers, just like him just walking up and her just suddenly being like, "Do you know who her boyfriend is? You should guess." And it was like, "What the fuck is this conversation?" But he kept mishearing her, so at one point he's like, "Wait, girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend?"
Nice.
Yeah,
Should have even been more forceful. Do you have a girlfriend? Well, you do now.
No, he smokes.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know what cigarettes he buys.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big veto for me.
No, I'm with you.
I couldn't live with someone who smoked.
Cigarettes, absolutely not. Marijuana on occasion, it doesn't stick to you like cigarette smoke does for some reason. I don't know why, but still, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat as that. I also now order the cigarettes for the store, so it's like I deal with it.
Yeah.
I know how much money they cost. Like, there's so many times I just leave like the back room with a bunch of cartons. I'm like, I'm holding thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, no, it's
Actually, you're holding like hundreds of dollars, but taxes.
Nope. They're like one carton could be like $150.
Right. No, but I'm saying like it's worth maybe half that, but taxes are killer on cigarettes.
Yeah. I wonder where the taxes come in, because we do have GST and PSD on top of that. Is that baby deer?
Oh, cigarettes
Sorry
have their
about
own. I mean, in Canada and America, I think even in Europe, cigarettes have their own tax.
Yeah.
I would be sure if there's one built in. I'm just thinking like I only see what's on our computer screen.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right. I think we're just waiting on Criana to get her drink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's any baby deer outside, because I see an adult.
I was considering getting a steak plate from this place that's like a block or two away, but my meal alone would be $45.
No.
Yeah.
Because
it's a 1 pound steak plate, but they also charge for the rice.
Oh,
the rice is where it comes in.
Burn. Now that we have a moment, I looked at your request. I don't really know. I know Udemy. Udemy is really good and cheap that can help you with your certs. But as far as like PDFs and all that, I don't have a clue.
Okay. I gotta figure it out.
I actually technically have 0 certifications. Just
I know.
Lots of
yeah, you have fucking hours, but like the problem is, if I wanted to try and get a job as soon as I move out,
right? No,
like,
you need that cert.
Yeah,
so
I need it.
I'm the wrong guy to ask, simply because while I could earn it with my eyes closed, I've never needed to. So yeah. I don't know what.
Which is fine.
But I looked. Udemy seems like the best shot. It's like $20. You get a whole course.
Udemy?
Something like that. Yeah, Udemy.
Well, what's the actual word?
UDEM, like Academy, but just Udemy.
Okay.
I'm back.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, good. All right. Well, then we'll continue. So, go ahead.
Should we do the D20 thing again?
No, everyone's here. That's
okay.
Fine. You wasted
I'm
it.
super here. I'm super here, guys.
Barnabas leaves you guys to go discuss things with other people. What do you as a group do?
I'm assuming go back to the inn.
Yeah.
All right. As you're going back to the inn, you see Jezerine has basically standing outside, and she's given a statement to the soldiers, and she looks to Dolma, and she goes, "Well, I'm going to go home now. Thank you for the suggestion, and well, I need to get home."
She nods and puts a hand on her shoulder. Make sure to rest and take care of yourself, all right?
You too.
She kind of pauses. I'm sorry, it might not be any of my business, but you mentioned you were looking for something earlier. Were you able to find it?
I was hiring someone. I She lowers her voice. I think my husband may have been unfaithful. I was hiring a private eye to watch him.
Oh. Did you find someone?
Yes, a gentleman by the name of Vincent Trent's over at the Tiger's Eye, and she'll motion to a building some ways down. They were referred to me.
I see.
I was thinking more about who I saw, and it bore a striking resemblance to those automatons that sometimes march in the Day of Wonders parade.
The ones that the dwarves make?
Well, yes, but I think these ones are actually made by the House of the Inspired Hands here in town.
Oh. She nods slowly, kind of thinks about it. I see. Well, if you think of anything else, we're actually going to be looking into it as well, especially with something happening so close to our establishment. We want to make sure that everyone here is safe. And she puts, she takes her hand and says, just make sure that you get home safe, okay?
You as well. And we should have tea sometime.
I'd like that. And she gives her a smile. And she will kind of wave her off.
She'll nod, and she'll make her way out. Watch out, Ty.
No. Not even.
Hey. I was going to make a joke about that earlier. Also, I could just turn into her.
Yeah. Piff, I'm out! And just starts flipping away.
Ty just leaves.
Oh, man. All right, so you guys go back in the inn. What do you do once you're there?
So once we're inside, Dolma will give the rest of the details that she wasn't able to before. She would mention the puppet and kind of give the description that Jessamine or
Jessamine.
Jezrin.
Jezerine, like glycerine, but Jezerine.
Jezerine. I'm never going to be able to remember this. This is fine. Jezerine's description of the puppet automaton, whatever, and that she mentioned it looked similar to what's made here in town.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I am assuming that we are in the main room area.
Oh, also, I looked it up during the break. The Bent Nail is not actually a tavern. It is a furniture shop.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Good friend.
So we're in the main room, right?
Yes.
And is like who's around? Is just Winston? Did Maggie ever come out?
Nope. Arthur told her to stay right there.
Mm-hmm. Are we gonna be closing up the bar while we're talking?
Well, this would be bad.
I would
have
hope
bad business otherwise.
I mean, also, like, it's a little early for day drinking.
Also, there's a big giant singe mark outside.
After the shit I just saw, I need alcohol.
Right.
Orit will turn to the rest of the group and say, Do we trust talking in this room?
As paranoid as I am, no, I don't think it would be a good idea.
I'm assuming we all want to talk, so I assume perhaps we want to go upstairs.
Yeah, Dolma would actually look over at Winston. So that whole sound bubble thing you do, is that exclusive to contracts, or could you just... She kind of waves her hands.
It's not that it's exclusive to contracts, but I am simply a humble barkeep. Unless we are discussing something like contracts, I'd rather not display my power.
But the bar is closed.
The people I have to worry about have very powerful means of observation. It's safer just simply to be a bartender. I can serve you a drink, I can tell you what our specials are, and I can tell you the amazing deal I got on the keg of ale last week, but I'm afraid that unless we are specifically dealing with contracts, you are... Oh, what's the charming phrase? Barking up the wrong tree.
Squints at him.
I'm surprised that you didn't say you're barking up the wrong barkeep.
Only because I didn't think of it.
God damn it.
So we have a perfectly fine second floor we can go to, shall we?
Yes, I assume we will all want to discuss what happened.
At the very least, I can make sure that we are closed and stay that way.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Dolma will stand up and start heading upstairs.
Ashu, when getting up there, will pointedly make sure that she puts all of her books into the new scroll? Which we call it?
Scroll of holding. Scroll of holding.
All right.
And you feel 70 pounds lighter.
Oh my gosh, the trunk. The trunk is untrunked.
It's now empty.
Now she doesn't look like she's constantly going to Hogwarts.
We went over this in a solo session. Ashu has been carrying around a 70-pound trunk of books this entire time.
I believe it.
It is a normal thing for adventurers. They just carry really heavy things on them at all times.
This is true.
Now you guys walking down the street, you see Ashu a few steps behind you, dragging a chest.
All right, we're going upstairs. And I'm assuming everyone is coming.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, let me we don't have to move you guys over there. This is all still narrative. Well, I can. Let's do that. Where is? So the second floor is where most of your tokens are at the moment. Well, where Dolma and Ty are anyway.
I don't think you moved to that map.
Oh, I haven't moved the players to that map. Hang on. There you go.
I forgot we turned ourselves upside down so we'd be sleeping in our bed. Whoops.
Hello.
Hello there. Tally's not here. Wait. No, Tally's not here. He's gone.
He's been sleeping off that alcohol this whole time.
Yeah, he got up at some point in the morning and went home.
Oh my gosh, there's two guys. Okay.
Good thing we got rid of the clone.
I don't know what happened there. Must have eaten something.
Delma, stop floating outside.
What about my Pogsquee?
This is serious. We did add it, didn't we? Yeah, I just have to redrag it.
Yeah.
So yeah, please, by all means, discuss.
Well, once we get in I'm assuming no one's going to initiate.
Ashu is looking around at everyone to see exactly what their particular body language is.
Kai seems indifferent.
Dolma is deep in thought. She's got like the thinking man, like fist to chin, like scrunched face, just kind of like, the fuck is happening?
Ty looks determined.
Arthur is relaxed.
Ori is probably looks like he has sort of like a serious face. That he has like a purpose in his eye, a mission, goal, go straight forward, and probably holding Kai's hand out of habit.
Guard Joe looks bored at his gate.
Guard Joe, get out of here!
Wait, Guard Joe, where'd you come from?
I just wanted to join the conversation. I haven't talked to anyone in years.
Get out of here, Guard Joe! We're having a serious conversation. Get out of here!
Oh, okay. That bracelet looks familiar.
That sure does, doesn't it?
Get the fuck out!
So, Ashu would go, okay, I'm sure that there's a plenty good reason, and I usually let this bygones be bygones and let secrets lie. But since there was a slaughter outside, I'm just going to ask, Kai, why did you make a second sound down the road?
I wanted to distract everyone. I did not think it would bother you all as much as it appears to have. I am sorry, I did not mean to cause anyone distress.
You didn't think a second sight of attack would concern us?
So, that's not entirely the problem. Not why you picked the explosion, but why did you distract everyone?
I believe Ori would be better off explaining it.
Yes,
As Ashu's eyes plant on Orit.
I needed a distraction to investigate the bodies, because I was very certain, and I'm pretty much confirmed now, that rock gnome, he was supposed to be our informant. And I needed to search them before the guards get there, because I am assuming that our mission is still mostly private.
We were concerned that perhaps we would draw attention to ourselves had we not done a distraction. Next time I will remember to warn all of you.
Not entirely too necessary.
I mean...
Like so, we discussed it, and everything was fine afterwards. I just was concerned.
Yeah, Dolma, like, holds up a finger, like, speak for yourself, and looks over at Kai. Next time, forewarning and communication are key.
Yes, Master.
Just
Kai did this for my sake, so please don't be too upset.
I'm not.
I asked her to do this.
Well, not exactly, but I volunteered, and it seemed like a good idea. It was a sure guarantee that it would distract everyone, which it did.
You're
Sure
not.
did.
I'm. She just kind of like rubs at her temples and sighs. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. That was a very good distraction. It worked. Just next time so that we can all coordinate rather than getting distracted and thinking there's something else attacking, let us know.
Of course.
Thank you.
Now that that's out of the way, what should we do next? No, large question. No one can entirely plan for all of this to happen all at once and actually have something suitable for us to do.
Well, before we get too far into it, I do want to explain my finds. He
Excuse me.
was being pursued, and his pursuant was also dead lying on the floor, and he had a tattoo on his arm of a snake with wings.
Can we
That-
roll to see if we identify that at all?
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is Death Eater, but I'm guessing that's a different.
Yeah,
Right.
you guys can roll a knowledge history check.
I'll give somebody the help.
Give a shoe help.
I'll give a shoe help.
Nah, just a really quick question. Did that freaking guy at the docks that we took in, did he have anything on him? I for some reason vaguely remember some sort of like
A tattoo on him. The guy that was taking in the Kenku.
Yeah.
Not that tattoo, no.
Okay, so he did have a tattoo, just not that tattoo.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Alright, so somebody's giving me advantage. What was that?
Burn.
That
was
was
the
right.
advantage.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure before I ruled. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, nice. You have come across that tattoo in your readings and in your travels. It is a mark of the Zentarum, which is a underground black market, different from the House of Xanathar. In fact, you could even say they're almost direct competitors.
Ah.
Wait. Huh.
Besides the tattoo, as he already previously mentioned, the rock gnome, I'm assuming Dalakar, so we'll refer to him as Dalakar from now on. He did have quite a fair few gems on him that seem fairly expensive, like 100 gold each.
How many?
5, I believe.
5. Okay. See, if it was 6, it'd be 1 for each of us. But 5
Yep.
probably means it'd be something else. Maybe.
That's
Yes, of
my
course.
assumption.
So I can't just assume that it was for us. But it's not out of the picture. Anyway, thank you for reminding me that there's also people who did their own investigation during that time. Did anyone else gather any information? I personally, you might have overheard when talking to the guard, I had found probably the weapon involved, which was a fireball necklace.
Are those hard to come by?
It's a good question, GM.
I mean, they're considered. Well, hang on. Let me look real quick.
I would think it would be just like uncommon, maybe.
No, I think they're rare, but let me check. As Roll20 decides to poop on me.
Taking fucking time.
Gosh darn it, Roll20. Why? We'll just say for now, they're not unheard of. If you have money and you know where to go, you can probably buy them. but they're also not something you see people just walking around with every day. They're pretty damn expensive. They're like several thousand gold coins.
Damn.
She would definitely relay that information and also any other information she gathered, just to make sure that it's clear.
Dude, out of character. That dude must have done something bad for somebody to spend thousands of coins worth and then just chuck it. Like, to leave it and not care? Whew.
And it's considered a rare item, yeah.
Yeah.
So, not unheard of, but certainly not common at all.
Anyone else?
I think Doma gave y'all the information she had. She talked to the shopkeeper as well. What was the store's name?
Fala, it's like Fala Failure or something. Hang on, I have it right here. It was Fala La Failure.
Don't you just gotta love fantasy names?
Yep.
No, what
My apologies. It is not thousands. It is closer to 8,000 gold for a necklace.
Still.
Which what you saw with the necklace of 3 originally, at least. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What was the name of her shop? It was the.
It was the Carillion Crown. It's a shop you guys have really been to. It's like an apothecary place, potions and things of that nature. It's in your list of shops, but you guys just have never had a reason to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So you gave all that information, which was the direction of where somebody got hit and took something and stalked away. And also you mentioned the golem, I assume?
Golem automaton shiny dude. He took off towards the Bent Nail, which is apparently a furniture shop.
Nope. The one that took off towards the
Bent
Nail.
No, the other guy. Yeah,
right. This one just took off.
This one just took off, and he was
like
on the
no one saw. Like Jezerine duck and covered when the fireball hit, so she has no clue what happened to him.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But he was on top of the roofs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did she mention which rooftop?
She pointed. It was the rooftop, oddly enough, right above where the child hid behind a rain barrel.
Oh, that's so weird. Maybe we should investigate the rooftop. See if there's any evidence.
There are a lot of people around currently.
I mean, the longer we wait, the less likely we are to find things, though.
We have a third floor, and
Mm-hmm.
I think an attic. We might be able to look out that.
This is true.
And if anyone needs to get up there, I can get up there at least. I could probably carry one other person.
I think I can get up there.
To the roof, then.
Okay. Does anybody need help?
Always, Arthur. Always.
Wait. Which rooftop?
We're going up to the inn rooftop.
Got you. Then I don't think anyone needs help. There's like a ladder that opens up to a little trapdoor that gets on top of the roof. You guys do need to do maintenance up there sometimes, so.
Yeah.
So you get on the rooftop. I would like someone. I will say this: 2 people with advantage, as there's like many of you, but we'll just say 2 people with advantage. Roll me perception checks.
Can
I have +3.
Can I be one? I haven't rolled very many things.
I wouldn't mind. I got like a +1, so.
I have a +1.
I have a +4.
Okay.
I have a 4 too. I don't care who does it.
Arthur, you can always just roll on your own.
I'll
Not
roll on
today.
my own. Ha!
Yeah.
Take that.
I'll help Ty.
Alright.
Oh shit! No, that's a 3.
Mhm.
Yep, of course.
Um,
Worst boy.
There's a roof over there.
I think he would be more distracted by what's growing on the rooftop.
All right.
I mean, yeah, that's some cool shit, probably.
I mean, the lady with the apothecary does have a greenhouse on her second floor.
Oh, really?
All right. So, yeah, that's where she was watering her plants when the explosion went off. You guys do not see anything of note from where you are.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even with
About
a
how
17?
far is
Mhm.
the other roof?
Across the street, so maybe, 50, 60 feet? Across the street and catty cornered, so yeah, at least 60 feet.
Hang on, hold up, wait a minute. Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. I was gonna be like, I mean, I do have Misty Step, but that's 30 feet, so no.
Okay.
Do we just want to head over there and see? Like, is this just like a residential location? Is this a business?
You're not sure. You don't know every building in the area.
Let's go find out.
Why not?
Okay.
all right.
So you guys make your way across the street. You still see a couple of guards milling about, a couple of people outside. Most people have moved on. There is a crew of city guards that are cleaning up debris and carrying off the last of the halfling bodies to the Temple of the Gods. You go across, and there is a single door, 2 windows on either side. It looks dark inside. And you see on top a for sale sign.
Interesting. Dolma knocks.
There is no answer.
Is the door open?
No.
Is it unlocked?
No.
Can it be?
Yes, it can be.
Under circumstances.
Yes. By the laws of physics, it denotes that this is a possible state of being for it.
So Dolma is going to very quietly say, okay, so we can pretend that we have a cat stuck up there and try and get there. Yes, maybe.
This is
A cat?
sorry. We're trying to get on the roof where the incident happened.
Yes, and the building that it happened on is for sale. No one is inside, as far as we can tell.
So, regardless of our story, we're in the middle of a high-profile attack zone on top of a roof of the attack zone. It doesn't matter why we're up there.
I have a suggestion.
What's the suggestion?
We can just have one person, perhaps our sneakier person, like Tyburn, perhaps
That's
go
me.
up to the roof, because I highly doubt that they went inside to get upstairs.
I can
It's
do
true.
that.
I have a suggestion.
Mm.
What if I throw you up there?
Oh my god.
I
Would
I-
not suggest this.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at climbing up on buildings. I
I
had to
don't-
do that a lot when living on the streets.
I don't doubt it one bit. Can you be stealthy about it, though? Will it make any noise?
Of me?
I'm just talking with Tyburn.
Oh,
The
I
answer
thought
is
you were talking to
yes.
Arthur too. I could definitely try.
Cooler if I threw you.
Arthur
The
says
ultimate
his guards
boosting.
stand 20 feet away.
Mhm.
We can do the cat thing. I don't think anyone would buy it, but we could do the cat thing.
Let me go up and at least scope it out first and see what the guards' reactions are.
If they come to investigate, we say there's a cat stuck up there. I can minor illusion the sound. It's fine.
His name is Timothy.
All right, so what are you guys
we
doing?
actually know the guards. We can just ask them if we can go up there, right? You guys,
We are a part of the Grey Hand, apparently.
you could do almost anything else but what you're doing.
What?
Doma like holds up a finger and starts to say something, looking very offended, and then she stops and like really digests the words, and she's just like, "Oh shit, you're right."
Ty just looks at you amazed.
What?
Like, Ty's never even considered. This is just who she is.
We just automatically assume we have to be below
What do
the
you
law.
mean
We
I
can't do
don't
that.
have to break in?
What do you mean I could do things the legal way?
So, do we want to just ask a guard?
Yeah.
Who wants to ask the guard?
Arthur, you will see the sergeant from earlier.
Arthur, you want to go
Go
ask the
talk to your
guard?
friend.
No! I want to throw Ty up there!
Oh my god.
You can ask the guard to throw Ty up there.
All right, roll the throw.
No. I'll go ask the guard.
Can
And
I
I
throw
wanna see-
Ty at the guard?
I want to see them sit on your hand and you throw them like a shot put.
That's what I'm thinking about this fastball special, Squee.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to go talk to the sergeant?
Yes.
Hello again.
Hi.
You are free to leave the area now, but keep in mind this is still an active investigation scene.
I know. Well, from what we heard, and we told the investigator this too. We did tell him, right? Out of character?
I assume so.
You guys basically told him, from what I remember, you told him everything you learned except for...
Kai did not. We did not spill the beans about Kai.
Correct,
Yeah.
but I believe... Actually, did you guys tell him about the puppet figure on the roof?
No, because Doma hadn't told Ashu about that
Right.
yet, and Ashu was the one talking, and
Yep.
anything.
Okay.
She has to-
So
Oh,
then I'm just asking permission to go up on that roof. Because we might be able to figure out more stuff, right?
For
To help the
investigation.
investigation.
As an out of character thing, we can basically go. We're part of this particular group. We can share our investigations, and we have our own particular talents that can help aid.
Okay. Can I say I said that?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. But in the Arthur style.
Right. The sergeant will look at you and say, I appreciate the aid, but Barnabas has taken over now. He's not keen on people he doesn't personally know being part of the investigation. Besides, that is also part of the active crime scene. He suspects that the attacker may have come from there. And he looks around and he kind of looks at you and goes, honestly, there've already been guards that have kind of gone over the area. We haven't found anything that's helpful. If there was someone that attacked from up there, they're long gone.
Yeah, but
But
maybe they left things.
I appreciate the help, but if I let you up there, Barnaby would have my head. This is his investigation now. I suggest you just return to your establishment, and we'll sort this out. I appreciate the help from earlier.
Okay. Is he still around?
I don't know. But I can tell you right now, he doesn't know you, and quite honestly, you are a part of the investigation, so I don't know how willing... Actually, I do know how unwilling he would be to have you help.
Okay.
But again, I do appreciate the assistance you offered.
No problem. And he'll walk away and back to the group and said, can't.
Noma just slow turns to a shoe and makes a gesture.
Well, knowing generally what other things we could do, if you guys are... There's one more option, but it would probably take time, and honestly, I'm not quite sure if it really will go anywhere.
Get Kip.
What other option?
Since this is a hush-hush thing, we can go to the person who told us about that and see what she has to say.
Oh, her.
Noma looks over at Kai. Don't you have the... And she kind of like points at her ear. The sending stone.
No, Arthur has that.
Points to Arthur.
Arthur brings that out of his pocket, brushes the dirt off of it.
Oh my god.
Right, that
Did you
contacts...
Kip.
You never know when you need dirt, okay? It's nice soil.
You right.
It's from home.
Alright.
Oh.
Once we get into a nice safe area, that would be an easy chat to figure out what other options we have. If none of those works, we'll do your method.
We don't need to go to a safe area.
We don't want to be flaunting around a sending stone.
Oh, true. But you don't talk with your mouth, you talk with your head.
Excellent point.
So back to the inn!
Yes.
Or he just starts walking back to the inn at some point, just like, well.
So
go with the travel buddy.
Arita's just still he just drags her along.
So you guys make it back to the end. Who's contacting Kip?
I will give the stone to Kai. Cause it's your boy.
Excellent.
It's your brother. Why are you giving this to me? You talk to your brother.
Yeah, but don't you want to talk to him?
Arthur subscribes to the. You know what? I can't. I just can't.
Oh my god.
What are you trying to say?
Arthur subscribes to the Hose Before Bros.
Woo! Okay.
You made him do
Guy
that.
gives the middle finger to God.
I tried to stop. I
Did
had
you,
a
though?
filter in place. Yes, I had a filter in place.
Hey, guys.
Look at us.
No.
No.
Look at us.
I muted myself. We're good. I think it would mean more hearing from you. I don't know if you've really talked to him since everything has gone down.
Well, I didn't talk to him last night, but I talked to him No, not the night before. I guess it's been 3 nights. I guess I will
You should probably talk to your brother. Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Thank you, though.
And he'll just sit down and call his brother.
Kai will ruffle Arthur's hair.
All right. After a moment. Oh. Hi. How's it going?
Hi. So there was an explosion outside of the inn. Don't worry, everybody's okay.
That is
Not
That
true.
is-
Everyone
Everybo-
important.
Everybody in our group is okay.
oh, all right.
All the people who died.
several people are dead.
Guys, come on.
Did Kai do it?
No. Although
That's a fair question.
I should ask. Arthur pipes up. You didn't do the fireball, did you, Kai?
She stares at Arthur.
Why would Kai do the fireball?
He starts shaking his head as he tells his brother, No, pretty sure no. She's
Alright.
mad at me now, I think.
Yeah.
She gives you a nod even though she can't hear your thoughts.
All right, brother. Before we continue, let me give you some sagely advice. Don't ask them next time.
But I thought it was polite to ask.
Oh, you have so much to learn.
Yes, I do.
So, what's going on? Why are you contacting me? Not that I don't mind talking to you.
So, remember we were supposed to talk to some gnome that you guys had us wait for? He
Yeah,
was Yeah, he was caught in the explosion.
What?
Yes.
Well, who threw it?
From what we could tell, it might have been some kind of puppet thing.
Puppet thing.
Like a
You
like
mean
a
like a golem?
yeah, one of those things.
What? But golems can't cast spells.
It was from a necklace of fireballs, I think.
Oh, great. How is Delacar? Did he make it?
He's looking pretty crispy.
Oh!
Well, shit. Did he have the stone?
No. He had a lot of gems on him.
Gems.
But this was like right outside of our inn.
What kind of gems?
I was gonna ask. Oh, what kind of gems were they? that
And
he
like,
had?
or you could describe them, and
And
Arthur,
it-
you could relay the message.
Yeah, he'll
but
describe them.
Those we gave to him as forms of bribery if needed. Shit, it is him.
He also had a tattoo. And Arthur's gonna describe the tattoo.
Well, he
no,
didn't have the
the rock
tattoo.
gnome didn't
One
have
of the people
Oh!
pursuing him did.
Oh
yeah.
shit! Okay, never mind.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Arthur could have said that.
Yeah,
Um,
he'll say another person that was following him had this tattoo.
And you said it was black?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so familiar. Like I should know that. Oh.
Arthur, you would know what it is because we told you.
Kip's trying really
Yeah.
hard to remember.
So Arthur will ask the group. The group will tell him, and he'll relay the message.
Zentarum. Shit. If they're after the stone too, how did they find out? This isn't good, brother. This is not good. Well, so what's happened? What's happened? I haven't heard anything yet, but that's not surprising. It would take time for it to reach me. What happened? Did the guard arrive?
The guards arrived. They had a inspector come by, and he's gonna say the name of the inspector. I can't remember his name.
Barnabas Blastman, yeah.
Yeah.
And Kip would go, oh, he's very, very good, but he won't trust you at
no.
all. And honestly, I don't think we would trust him either.
Hmm?
I mean, he's a nice guy, he's a great detective and all that, but we're not exactly going to be making it public knowledge what they were going for.
True. But there's a roof, that people said they saw this robot was on top. and we can't get there. I mean, we can climb it, but there's guards there. There's a for sale sign, so nobody's, there. We can't break in because there's guards there. We think
Kip
there might be.
kinda, like, cuts you off. Never mind about that. If it really is an automaton, why not go to the Temple of the Inspired Hands? They're the only place in town that makes them.
He's gonna ask the group, why aren't we just going to the Inspired Hands?
What?
And Kip will explain. Ashu, you might have some knowledge of this, but Kip would explain that some time ago, a clan of dwarves established a branch here. And while there are very few dwarves left, most of them are actually a collection of races. The House of the Inspired Hands is actually a Waterdeep temple. I'm sorry, a temple to Gond, the one of the pantheons. He can tell you where it is. It's at the corner of Sea Watch Street and Shark Street, and that they are known for creating what are called nimble rites, which are like small, fast golems. And they use them in celebrations and things of that nature.
Well, we know where to go now.
And Kip goes, well, hang on.
Hmm?
Well, he kind of hesitates. What happened to the bodies? The bodies of Delacar, the ones that pursued him?
I think they were all taken to the Temple of the Gods.
What if I could arrange for you to, well, speak to them?
Oh. Well, yeah, that could be cool.
I mean, it should be a simple matter, and I'll see what I can do. I'll send word.
Okay.
Hey, quick, could you ask him if there is a place where you could readily purchase a necklace of Fireball?
So, if we wanted to get a necklace of Fireball, where would we be able to get them? Like, is it easy to get here?
Not particularly. We don't have what you would call a magic shop per se. Such things are highly regulated and usually bought at the tower. But anyone with any kinds of means would be able to get their hands on them through trade or any method. And it's not like they're outlawed, just not common in a populated city.
Okay. He'll relay that.
Ask him if we could obtain any records within the last 3 months of any purchases of said item. Since Ashu does know that there is actually records of things like peoples and taxes.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what we were using for the...
They just said it was regulated.
Kip would bark a laugh. What do I look like, a merchant? No, and actually he didn't say it's regulated. He said they just don't have a magic shop per se. Most things are bought at the tower. Yeah. He said, do I look like a merchant? I wouldn't even know where to start with that. And he'll even mention, it's not like we regulate this kind of stuff. It's just not common. You could go to every shopkeeper in town and ask them for a list, but I mean, I don't...
I think we might be able to find a shopkeep that might be able to put us in touch with who we want.
Shawnery.
I'll let you guys know right now, they are not so rare that's probably a path that's going to be very fruitful to you. There's probably many of them that have been sold, probably a lot of records that haven't been kept, plus you're dealing with people who are already not following the law, so...
Yeah,
I don't think that bit's gonna get us much anywhere.
I mean, and there's plenty of wizards in this town powerful enough to just make them.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, out of character, I think our best bet is to go over and try and see if these golems are common, if we can somehow convince them to tell us if there has been any deaths of golems or purchases of them?
So here's what I would like, because I am actually kind of coming down with a headache, and it might get really bad. So if it's all right with everyone, I'd like to kind of end the session here, give you guys time to think about it. There are 3 kind of paths, plus any of the players think of that you know of. One, there's the House of the Inspired Hands that might be able to tell you more about a rogue puppet. There is the Temple of the Gods, where Kip might be able to get you into a cleric that could cast Speak with the Dead.
Yeah.
And then there is that figure that took something from Delacar and went towards the bed nail. Because you guys did not relay that information.
Did we not?
I don't think you did. Did you not?
To the investigator, no.
Not to the investigator.
Okay.
So those are 3 possible paths to follow. You're going to have to choose which one you want, which one you think is most important to do first, etc. Take a week. Take exactly a week.
Yeah, right?
Discuss what you guys want to do. All right?
Okay.
We're going to throw Arthur up on the roof.
I think that Arthur is going to throw himself
only
up onto the roof.
Only
No, we're as a team. We're
by
going to
giving himself a boost. Yeah.
No, not a.
We just
Guys.
cheerlead and lift him up.
Mm-hmm.
Why have everybody try and simultaneously throw Arthur on the roof? That's going to be really difficult. Just have Maggie do it.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's a great idea. Actually,
She's stronger than him anyway. Without his
She is. Like straight up.
Oh,
Make sure you use the mirror as like a safety guard.
Jesus.
I'm thinking target practice.
You know what we didn't explore enough this episode? The fucking griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that's fine.
no, I'm aware.
Griffin's gone. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.